I recently got the following question from a student who has taken several of my cooking classes. Hi Helen, I wonder if you'd host a class to show a few simple delicious meals that can be prepped, cooked in under an hour. Any recommendations for recipes or classes? My current weeknight go-tos are tacos, baked chicken, grilled steaks, chicken piccata, salmon, lamb. Sides: browned broccoli, steamed spinach, roasted cauliflower, sweet potatoes and other root veggies, brown rice. If I had a show on the Food Network, I'd have to tell you the usual BS about how fun it is to feed your family. But I don't, so I can tell you the truth. Feeding your family every day is a pain, and don't even get me started on packing school lunches. That's why I have a golden rule of only 2 things on a plate for a weekday meal. If you're making chicken, rice and spinach, that's one thing too many, at least for me. So, what should those 2 things be? Let's start with the sides. There are many wonderful veggies on this list already. I would add green beans, kale, asparagus, and my secret 2-minute vegetable, frozen peas. Peas convert sugars to starch very quickly, so unless you picked your peas that morning, frozen will taste better. Throw them in the microwave with a bit of water, drain, add butter and salt, and you have a side dish. Another idea is to ditch the starch part of your meal. It doesn't add much in nutritional value and it's yet another pot to wash. If you absolutely must have a starch with your meal, here are some ideas. The quickest idea is to serve some bread with your meal. The most nutritious idea is to cook up a big batch of quinoa, farro, bulgur or barley over the weekend and use them during the week. If you want to keep them for more than a week, freeze them in Ziploc bags. If you have a nutritious grain, just add a veggie and an egg and dinner is served. Other plant-based ideas are beans and lentils. You can turn them into soups and stews and it's a one-dish meal. Most people have this weird urge to serve something besides a soup. Well, I don't. I simply make the portion really large and serve it with some toasted bread. And psst, it's okay to use canned beans. Eggs are another fun thing to make for dinner. A layered omelette with leftover veggies from the night before and the salad are really quick and nutritious. And finally, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the animal protein. They are perishable, expensive, and require very close attention to doneness, so no wonder they cause a lot of headache for most cooks on weekday dinners. 80% of the weekday meals in my house consist of fish and a vegetable. Fish is the fastest protein to cook. It's also the most nutritious, and if you ask me, the most delicious. On the list that my student sent me, I saw only one fish, the ubiquitous salmon. So my suggestion is cook more fish. Unfortunately, there are many reasons why people don't cook more fish. It's expensive. They can't find a good fish market in their area. Their family won't eat it. They don't like the smell that lingers in their house, etc., etc. So if fish is not for you, here are some alternatives. Braises and stews. They taste way better the next day and can live in your fridge happily for a week. They can even be frozen. Make a huge batch of braised shortribs or braise a whole pork shoulder and you'll have dinners for a week. And in case you're wondering if I would serve the same thing several days in a row, yes I would. Just ask my family. And of course there's the ubiquitous chicken. When people ask me for quick and easy dinners, what they're really asking me for, I think, is chicken and pasta recipes. That's what Rachel Ray is for, my friends. Infinite ways to combine chicken with packaged American foods that require no planning or cooking skills. And I can't compete with Rachel in this arena, but I will link to a few of my favorite quick chicken dishes below this video for all you reluctant fish eaters. Other tips on speeding things up. Get a pressure cooker. It's great for beans, lentils, grains, soups and braises. No, they're not scary and they don't explode. If you've never used one, watch my video on how to use them correctly and get tons of ideas for meals on hippressurecooker.com website. I use this site all the time. Type up and save your shopping lists. You'll save a ton of time figuring out what to cook and what to buy. I always write my menu on top of the page and organize the list by store sections so that I can get my shopping done quickly. It's easier to edit an old shopping list than to make one from scratch. Do one big shopping once a week and wash all your leafy greens right after you buy them. You'll only need to wash your sink and salad spinner once, and you'll be all ready to go on a weekday night with that kale, Swiss chard, and spinach. Some leafy greens come already cleaned in a bag, so you can save yourself a step. Cut up and salt proteins for 3 different dinners. Salting ahead makes proteins juicier and helps them last better. For example, if you're cooking fish 3 days in a row, you'll only need to wash the board and knife once. For obvious reasons, wash the board and knife between proteins whose flavors are not compatible. In other words, if you just cut up fish, don't cut up chicken on the same board. Whenever making a time-consuming component, make a ton of it. 1 pound of braised beef takes as long as 5, and 2 caramelized onions take as long as 8. So cook once, eat twice, or even 3-4 times. For more kitchen wisdom with no sugarcoating, don't forget to subscribe to Helen's Kitchen channel, and if you're ever in the Boston area, maybe I'll see you in one of my classes.